In this video, we're going to have a look at the Voices function in Movie Magic Screenwriter. The program gives you the possibility to read your script back to you, so let's see how this works. Before you can have your script read, you need to tell Screenwriter which voices you want to use for which element. In order to do that, go to Tools, Assign Voices. Here in the window that opens up, you have two sections. The upper section is for element types and the lower section for all your characters. You see that by default all of the element types say do not read and all the characters are unassigned. That means you have to assign voices first. To do that, click on one of the element types and then from the drop-down on the right choose one of the character names that you want to read that element. If you want to hear how that character sounds, click the Play Sample button. Now, depending on what kinds of elements and what characters you want to have read back to you, you need to assign those respective voices. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to select the voice of Alex for my action element. Click OK, and now I select an action paragraph and I go to Tools, Speak Selection.
Liam turns away from the radio, eyes back on the street, when, shit, his headlamps catch a little girl standing on his lane.
Alex reads back the action paragraph for me and it works just fine. But when I select any other element, it doesn't work because there hasn't been any voice defined for that element and there is no default voice for unassigned elements. So you need to assign all the voices that you need for the parts that you want to have read, which can be quite cumbersome, to be honest, because you can't just select all the elements and assign them the same voice. You have to go through them one by one. With unassigned characters, though, you can do that. You don't have to go through all your characters and give them a voice. Choose the ones you would like to have a distinctive voice, and for all others, Screenwriter will use what you assign as unassigned characters voice at the bottom of the Elements window. If you want to leave out a character, for example, let's say you want Screenwriter to read the whole script, but leave out one of the characters because maybe an actor is going to say those lines. Select the character that you want to leave out and then choose Speak Silently from the Voices dropdown. If you choose Speak Silently, the program will wait for as long as it might take to say those lines, whereas if you choose Do Not Read, it's just going to skip over that part without waiting. Once you've taken the time and have set up all the voices here, you might want to save that setup to an external file so you don't have to do the setup all over again. Or maybe you have the same characters in another version of your script in another file and you simply want to load the voices setup. If you click Save Voice Assignment File, your voices setup will be saved to an external file that you can then import into another project, and you don't have to do the setup all over again manually. Okay, that's basically assigning voices. One word of caution, or rather something to be aware of: the characters that are listed in the voices list, some of them speak English and some of them speak another language. The problem about this is that from some names you can guess what the language might be, but not with all of them. For example, if you pick Thomas, that guy could be an English speaker, right? Or maybe German. But no.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Thomas. Je suis une voix française.
He's French. The problem is you don't see which of the characters speak which language, so you'll have to try it for yourself. But it's a nice touch that they thought about including other languages as well. Or you could have someone speak English, but with a foreign accent.
Liam turn away from the radio, eyes back on the street, when, shit, his headlamps catch a little girl standing on his lane.
There you go. That's using voices in Movie Magic Screenwriter.